Hello everybody! In this video, we'll be covering an introduction to volume flow rate, its formula derivation, and some working examples. So, let's get started! So, in this video, we're going to be going over volume flow rate and its formula derivation. So, the volume flow rate, or the volume velocity, is the volume of the fluid which passes per unit time. It is represented by the symbol Q. The SI unit is meters cubed per second, and the volume flow rate can also be called flux, and its formula is volume over time. So if we go over to this diagram, we have a sort of funneled pipe, and the area at the start, so area input, is represented as AI, and then after it tapers, the area is called AO. VI is the velocity that is to start, and VO is the output velocity. So these two things shaded in blue, so this is the input volume and the output volume. So the input volume is actually going to be equal to the output volume because, as we know, fluids are negligibly compressible, which means the volume input has to be equal to the volume output. So the volume in is equal to the volume out. Some other things we're going to use for our proof is that the velocity is equal to the displacement over time, and that volume is equal to area multiplied by displacement. So now let's start the proof. So we know that the volume in is equal to the volume out. So that means if we divide both sides by t, that means that the volume input per unit time is equal to a volume output per unit time. And if you remember, volume by time is equal to flux. So this also means that the Q input is equal to the Q output. So we remember that volume is equal to area times displacement. So I'm going to rewrite this as area input times displacement input by time is equal to the area output times displacement output by time. And we know that the velocity is displacement by time. So we can rewrite this to say area input times velocity input is equal to the area output times the velocity output. So if we bring it back to our diagram, what this means is if you have a bigger area, you will end up with a smaller velocity, because say that AO is 4 times smaller than AI. So if AO is 4 times smaller than AI, that would mean that VO has to be 4 times larger than VI. So what this means is that in this case, the velocity output is actually greater than this velocity input because AO is smaller than AI. So now if we go down to a working example, it says water travels through a hose at 1.5 meters per second. If the cross-sectional area of the exit nozzle is 1/6 that of the hose, at what speed does the water exit the hose? So for this problem, if we go back, our input velocity is 1.5 meters per second, we haven't been given area 1, so the input area, so we'll just call it x, but we do know that the area output is 1/6 of x, and we need to calculate this velocity output. So we know that AI VI is equal to AO VO. So if we fill in the variables, we get x times 1.5 is equal to 1/6 x multiplied by VO. So if we multiply 6 on both sides, we get x times 1.5 times 6 is equal to x times VO. We can cancel x, and we get 1.5 times 6 is equal to VO. So VO is equal to 9 meters per second. So now let's go over to the second example. So the volume flow rate through pipe 1 is 3 times that of pipe 2. If the cross-sectional area of pipe 1 is 1/3 that of pipe 2, what is the ratio of the flow speed in pipe 1 to that of pipe 2? So first I'm going to draw a diagram. So this is pipe 1. So this is pipe 1. So the cross-sectional area of pipe 1 is 1/3 that of pipe 2. So that means pipe 2 is 3 times bigger. So it's like this. This will be pipe 2. And remember, these are not actually connected. So this will be area 1. This will be area 2. And if area 2 is x, that means area 1 is x by 3. We have Q1 in this direction and Q2 in this direction. So now if we write everything we know that Q1 is equal to 3 times Q2. Q1 is equal to 3 times Q2. And you know that the area 1 is equal to 1/3 the area of area 2. So now if we extend this equation, we get area 1 times velocity 1 is equal to 3 times area 2 times velocity 2. And remember, the normal equation doesn't apply because these two pipes are not connected. So now I'm going to replace area 1 in terms of area 2. So I'm going to write 1/3 area 2 times V1 is equal to 3 times area 2 times V2. So in this case, area 2 cancels out. So if we multiply by 3 on both sides, we get volume 1 is equal to 9 times volume 2. And if we divide by volume 2, we get volume 1 divided by volume 2 is equal to 9. And this is the ratio of the flow speed in pipe 1 to that of pipe 2.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.